I wrote a biography deal when I was 10 years old, and it said play for play what I was going to do in the future. And it says I'm going to become a pro at motocross, I'm going to move to California, I'm going to win Supercross, and I'm going to have a nice house and nice car, and I'm going to have all this stuff, and I had it all in this book, you know? And so yeah, it was my vision and goal at a young age, and I knew that's where I was going. My name is Brian Deegan, and motorsports is my livelihood.
We're set, ready to go for the 125 main event from the Los Angeles Coliseum. Wyndham gets out of the gate pretty good as Robbie Raynard has established the lead with Brian Deegan in second place. And Milliman is starting to close in now on Brian Deegan, number 2. Brian Deegan, number 28, 24, Robbie Raynard. Raynard has got a battle on his hands from an unexpected rider, Brian Deegan. Whoa, what an upset of events right here for Deegan. As Wyndham goes down, the checkered flag, and Deegan lets his bike fly into the air. Standing with his arms in the air, Deegan just lets his bike.
I grew up in Bellevue, Nebraska. It's a small town just outside of Omaha. You know, I didn't know any better. I didn't know there was much else outside of the small town vibe. My dad ran the school system, so, you know, education for me was always really important. It taught me how to work hard. You know, that's just the way Nebraska is. When I was 7, 8 years old, I begged my dad for a dirt bike. My dad never rode a dirt bike in his life. You know, my mom knew nothing about it. And so it was kind of like really odd to get us bikes. And my brother wanted one, and my dad ended up getting us 2 old dirt bikes. We had a little backyard, we shoveled jumps and made this oval track, and we just rode after school every day. And then that's when my neighbor moved in, this guy Steve Jarrett, and he actually raced motocross. And I just looked up to him. He was cool enough to kind of take me under his wing, and without that, I definitely wouldn't be where I'm at today. And then my dad saw my passion, how much I liked it, how much I wanted to ride every day. And he ended up buying me a new Kawasaki 60 for Christmas, and I just remember it was like, that was the start. Ever since age 14, I talked my dad into letting me go to California for the winters, because I got to meet all the fast guys through the amateur nationals, and I'm like, man, if I'm ever gonna beat these guys or compete with them, I gotta ride year round. So he let me go with a guy named Jeff Immig. We drove in his pickup truck out to California for the winter, and all I had was like a credit card with a small limit, and I'd have just enough money to like buy a little bit of groceries, buy gas and oil, and that was it. I just turned pro at like 17, 18, right when I graduated. My dad really wanted me to go to college. He was like, you know, racing's good, you know, but at the end of the day, I'd like to see you get an education and so you have a for sure future. And I was like, Dad, give me a chance to go to California. Just give me 1 year, I want to try. And I just remember sleeping on my buddy's floor. And I was like, I'm not going back, no matter what. I ain't going back to Nebraska. So I tried super hard. I ended up getting on a team enough to kind of help me survive. And I never really wanted to let my dad down either, you know? So that was a big drive, to be honest.
First of all, what happened at the finish line?
All I have to say, the first time I won at Supercross, I promised myself I would do something that no one else has done yet.
Privateers don't win Supercrosses. Like, I went out and won a Supercross, ghost rode my bike at LA Coliseum. The bike lands and falls in the track, and I'm standing like, yeah, and like everyone's still racing. And I'm like, didn't really think about that. I mean, if everyone would have landed on my bike and crashed, it could have been bad. That was definitely a thing in my life that I had a goal to be a factory rider, and I just kept missing it. When I think of my first paycheck, it didn't come until I did freestyle motocross, and that was the beginning.
Representing all that is evil in the world. You know what, Cam? Marilyn Manson is even afraid of this kid. The other half of the metal militia, Brian Deegan. Yeah, Deegan, you hear the horn? He's out of time. It's going to be his last hit. Superman steam grab right there, going right at the crowd. Here it goes, right here. Deegan with the Superman going straight back. Look at the bike up and down. Look at his body positioning. That is textbook right there for Brian Deegan.
Wanting to be a racer, and if I would have got that ride, I wouldn't have turned and went to freestyle. I wouldn't have been a part of starting a company, the militia, and the whole movement of action sports. Who knows what I'd be doing now? To come out of a small town in Nebraska, find success in dirt bikes, that's against all odds. My dad didn't even ride a dirt bike. I look back and I just had this drive to like want to be really good at whatever I did in sports.
Time is out. Not sure if this can count. Is he gonna bust something new, ladies and gentlemen? Deegan! He landed a 360! Oh my gosh! Brian Deegan has just landed the first 360 on a motorcycle ever in competition.
I hate to say this, but if I was gone tomorrow, I'm pretty content. Like, I feel like I did all the things I wanted to do in my personal life. But, you know, the main thing is now to really see my kids succeed. I want to see them make it to the top of their games too. Haley's a champion car racer on her way to NASCAR. Hayden's a champion motocrosser, the best in the nation at his age. Hudson's just wild. He's 6, it just doesn't help because he's wide open, you know? But that's my biggest anxiety, is just the work and work and work to be the best at these things, but yet be good kids and make sure they're not doing anything wrong, and paying attention to what they're up to. I don't, you know, not letting them get out of line, but giving them enough space to grow up, and all these little things. And I think I've just been pretty fortunate, you know, that they're all so focused on wanting to race and be successful at it. So I think it has a lot to do with that's what we do every day, you know? It's what they see every day. Not everyone can do that. Not every family is gonna have that. So for me, that's my next mission, you know, and that's a big mission. Like, imagine if my daughter does make it to NASCAR, which she's already signed up with Toyota, and they're saying in 3 years she's gonna be in a Kyle Busch truck. Like, that's a done deal. I'm like, I guess I'm probably gonna have to be her manager or something, right? At this point, I don't know. Like, it's gonna get crazy. Like, so I'm nowhere near done.